Thank you.
Okay, so how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful.
Cool.
How are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. So, could you tell me about yourself?
Yeah. Well, my name is Michelle Jimenez, as you
Mm-hmm.
know. I'm originally from Silver Spring, Maryland, which is a city right outside Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And I came to school at the University of Kentucky in 2012, and I studied interior design there for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So, what do you know about our company?
I know about your company. Well, I have been very interested in your company for quite a while. Actually, I found out about your company in, I think my sophomore year of high school, and I've been interested ever since. So I know that you guys
Wow,
started,
that's a long time.
yeah, this company started in like the 1970s, I think
Mm-hmm.
1975, and I remember it was Jonathan Rose who started this company, and it's
Yeah.
always been in his interest to develop urban communities and to make them more innovative. And so that's something that really interests me.
Cool. That's a lot of information. I'm glad you know all those.
Thank you.
So, could you tell me about your strengths and your weakness?
My strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
I believe one of my strengths includes empathy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can easily relate to other people and just like what they're going through. And another one of my strengths includes patience.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's something I've had to practice actually.
Yeah.
But just being patient with people and just being more understanding of the person that they are so I can work with them. And my weaknesses includes my organizational skills.
Mm-hmm.
I can be very disorganized sometimes. Like I'm a very relaxed person, and I like that quality about myself. Except sometimes I can be a little too relaxed, which leads to just me being very disorganized and not having everything put together. And
Okay.
another one of my weaknesses includes, um, ooh, procrastination.
Procrastination. Okay.
Yeah, I can procrastinate a little bit.
Alright. So, could you tell me what's your biggest achievement on the what are you most proud of?
Oh, my biggest achievement?
Yes.
I have two that I'm very proud of. One of them included creating an art portfolio. That was something I was
Yes.
extremely proud of because it consisted of 12 pieces that were under a certain concentration, and that was something I was incredibly proud of because I absolutely love art. And so being able to make art myself
Yeah.
is just amazing to me. And also another achievement is just changing my mindset. I used to be a very negative person, but now I don't really see life that way. Like I don't look at the glass half empty. I look at it half full, and
Helpful. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like very hopeful about things now. So I like
That's
that.
very good. That's very good for our team actually. So how do you like can you give me an example of a group project? Like how was your strength in that group and what's your rules?
Yeah. Actually, recently, before I graduated, I finished a project with a group member in my studio team where we had to design a pavilion space. And it was for the Milan Expo that actually happened in 2015. And it was an incredible project. Like I had so much fun doing it, but we pretty much had to make a sustainable design that would reflect the United States and have the theme of nature and being sustainable. And so we incorporated all of our ideas together, and we like worked really well to create, designs, like the concept, like an actual model that we built, and pretty much just like built this from like the ground up. And my role in that was pretty much taking 50% of the effort, and my group member was an exchange student from Korea, so it was really fun having to work with her because she showed me like what it was like how they worked in Korea and like versus how they worked and how we work in the United States. And so just like taking those ideas and bringing them together was something we both actually had to do, but it was incredibly fun. I had a great time, and like I learned a lot through the process of it, and especially just like working with other people. Because in the past, a lot of our projects have been individual ones, but just doing this, that we worked for a couple of months together on it um, a couple of times a week was actually like pretty incredible, a good
Cool.
learning experience.
I think that's very good. I'm really glad that you come over here today. It's a very good interview, so good news awaits. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you so much. All right,
Yes.
see ya.
See you. Okay. Okay, cool.
Hi,
Hello.
Zhulin. I'm Michelle. Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you, Michelle.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Zhulin and I'm from China, but I've been here in the USA for a really long time, probably like 7 years. So,
Wow, that's amazing. What part of China are you from?
I'm from southern west. It's a middle part, so it's like two rivers come back together. It's a really big city, but it's really good. That's why actually why I come over here in Chicago. It's a really nice place, big city, same like my hometown. So
Oh, that's awesome.
cool.
Okay, so just curious, what makes you interested in our company?
Well, I have been tracking, looking your company for a while since college. I was like looking over all the companies and then I found this one. Not just because of the safety, but because of the company itself, like how globalized you guys are, and also how many big projects that you guys have been to, and how you deal with your like how you handle all the different project designs. It looks very good and also modernized. So I'm really interested in this company. Yeah.
Okay, and since we are a big company, we have a lot of group projects.
Yes.
Is that something you'd be open to?
Yes, I definitely say yes to that because so first of all, I'm kind like for me for all the group projects I've done like with my classmates before in the college times, like we have a lot of group projects, and I feel like I handle really good because like I was like be able to say tailor my design solutions and like meanwhile like hand working with them like very easy.
Yeah.
So I found group projects good. Yeah, should be
Yeah.
great.
And working in group projects, what do you think is your strength in that?
Strength. I would say it's give some good advice.
Good advice?
Yes.
Okay. And what about a weakness?
Weakness is sometimes I could be a little bit impatient.
Okay.
Yes, but normally I would handle that. Should be fine. Yeah, normally I won't let that come out.
Okay. Now, just curious, in these group projects that you've worked in, what's one thing that you've learned out of it? Like, what would be the most important lesson that you've learned?
Most important lessons. I would say the research part is always one of the biggest part and important part. It's like if you didn't do a good research, it will affect your next process because the design process is like a 5 different strategy and always research is good one. So if you don't do it good, like your dimensions could be wrong or your materials could be wrong. So I would say research is always like initial part also most important part.
Yeah, definitely. Now, tell me, if you could describe yourself in 5 words, what would it be?
5 words. I would say kind, easygoing, sometimes with of humor, and also creative and different. Yeah.
Those are all great qualities to have.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now, at our firm, we like to work really hard, but we also like to stick around, so we don't really like it when people stay for a little while. So just wondering, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I could say I do want to stay in one specific company, so for a long time before actually getting to something else. But before that, I really want to work in the one company to gain all experience I need. So to get involved with the field, and also I found myself really hardworking. It's because so for example, before I come over here, I worked in a library or I worked in a Panda Express, which is a restaurant. I mean, especially for the restaurant, I'm not really interested in that job. But then it's like because of the responsibility that I have for my position, that I will stay in that place, work hard, and then try my best to do my job. So right now, so interior design is actually what I love. So I believe that once I get into this position, I should work very well.
That's great. That's wonderful to hear.
Mhm.
Now, I just think I've heard a lot already. I guess just like one last thing.
Yes.
If you had to pick an animal to be, what would you be?
I would say I would be ant.
An ant?
Yeah, the small animal ant.
Okay,
It's
why?
an interesting thing. It's like an ant by itself. It's not. It's very small. It's like a powerless when compared to other big animals that they could survive in the wild place. But when they combine together, all the different ants, when they work together, they are organized and they are like they were born like an architect. Like look at the building, the underground they build. Yeah, it's very organized. It's very beautiful. So that's why I feel when ant girls work together, they have a much more power, much more potentials. So that's why I would be a ant.
That's incredible. That's the most
Okay.
creative answer I've gotten yet.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming in. All right, it
Good.
was great meeting you.
Good to meet you. Have a nice day.
You too.